And it is so true, you can just feel the energy today. We are most definitely stronger together. If people don't believe it, I wish they could just be here to feel it. But we're basically going through all the water-based hobbies now. So our next speaker loves to swim. She's been part of the campaign group leading the fight against sewage pollution in the southeast and beyond. It's the lovely co-founder of SOS Whitstable, Salbert James, everyone! Thank you. Wow, there are so many people. Okay, I'm going to take you back to 2020. Sorry about this. Socialising indoors is banned and travelling is impossible. Fear is in the air and human connection is broken. In the middle of the chaos, people are meeting up outside, listening to the birdsong and looking up at the clear skies. They are walking, talking and supporting each other. And in Whitstable, people are swimming. Small groups are meeting on the beaches and submerging themselves in cold salt water. Some for the first time in years, and many for the first time ever. In the water, we are all finding peace. Friendships are being made, space created for vulnerability and connection. During the hardest of times, the water gave us the gift of community. It was about this time that we also started to realise just how bad the sewage situation really was. In 2021, Southern Water was fined £90 million, the hugest fine in the history of the Environment Agency. And it will not surprise you to hear that the prosecuting judge said of their offences that they had been motivated by a desire to focus the company's attention on the metrics that increase their income. Shortly after, following a public meeting with Southern Water, 10 angry swimmers voiced their frustrations in the pub. And with a mission to stop the sewage, SOS Whitstable was born. Naive, yes, but we were not alone. Up and down the country, other campaign groups just like us were having exactly the same conversations. A retired detective and his professor friend on the River Windrush, a smart zoologist in Lake Windermere, an NHS consultant in Yorkshire, a long-distance swimmer in Henley, and of course, a fly fishing rock star called Fergal Sharkey. Over pints in pubs, knee-deep in rivers with fishing rods, bird watchers, sea swimmers, fishermen and surfers, these groups started to talk. And it soon became apparent to all of us that this wasn't just a case of old decaying infrastructure, but a systematic abuse of people and planet in pursuit of profit. Our entire sewage system is broken, from the ownership model to regulator to pricing and governance. None of it is fit for purpose. Ofwat and the Environment Agency have watched over a continuous increase in our bills, whilst human health and biodiversity loss have declined, causing economic devastation for all our coastal and river communities. In 2022, we saw 1.75 million hours of sewage pumped into rivers, lakes and seas in our country. And if you think that's bad, a year later, in 2023, it more than doubled to 3.6 million hours. All of the water companies are currently under criminal investigation, whilst drowning under £64 billion worth of debt. And yet somehow they've also managed to pay out £78 billion in dividends to shareholders. Does Australian investment company Macquarie care about our beautiful beaches? Do Canadian pension funds care that the fish in our beautiful chalk streams have disappeared? Of course not. They do not see what's happening here. And of course, they're getting paid regardless. It's clear that privatisation has failed. It's time for change, and we need it fast. Clean water is a necessity for all life on Earth, and it should not be a commodity sold to the highest bidder. The government must do their duty and enforce the law. We must not pay higher bills that only enable the water companies to continue to pollute our environment. Today must mark the beginning of our joint efforts to put an end to this outrage. We must not stop the fight. Do not let your MPs sleep until they support you. Support campaign groups, start campaign groups, sign petitions, keep shouting, and together we will make change happen. Water connects us all. We must protect it like our lives depend on it, because they do. Thank you.